of them to see if they can resolve the matter. So I'm going to do a brief roll call to see who is present and get a status of the matter of the cases. If you are a defendant and you do not know who your lawyer is or you do not have one, please remember your constitutional rights. First one is the right to remain silent about the facts of the case. Anything you say or discuss about the facts of your case during the course of this open virtual court that's not only being recorded, but also live streamed, your statements will be recorded for life and used against you. You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, please let us know so that you will have an opportunity to apply for the public defender's office to see if you qualify, and hence they would represent you. Otherwise, you do have a right to hire your own attorney or represent yourself. Robert Ferguson, position 1.
Your Honor, that is the document.
All right, position 1.
Null pros, Judge.
All right, position 1 is going to be null pros. Position 2, Juan Marcial is closed. All right, closed. Null pros. Okay. Position 3, Samuel Lowe. L-O-W-E. Samuel Lowe present. Counsel for Samuel Lowe. Gregory Rawls, position 4.
I'm here,
Gregory
Judge.
Rawls. All right, good.
morning.
Null pros, Judge.
Mr. Rawls, the prosecutor is going to submit a notice of intent not to prosecute. So this case is technically closed. Do you have any questions?
Oh, ma'am.
All right, you are free to go. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Ronald Jones. Position
Null
5.
pros.
Right, thank you, Mr. Henderson. John Gordon, position 6.
Null pros.
John, thank you.
Thanks, Your Honor.
Hey, I love it. Susan Shettle, Shettel,
Same announcement, Judge.
All right, sir. Kathleen Leahy, L-E-I-G-H-T-Y.
Null pros, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. James Herbowie. Any announcements, Ms. Henderson?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Position 10, Robert Phillips. From a 2002 incident. Any announcements? No? Okay.
No, Your Honor.
Your Honor,
No.
there's a listed attorney, Harvey Monroe. Anyway, for what it's worth. And he's a private attorney. I'm not sure if he's still practicing. I don't know.
I hope so. From 2002, we're still around, so. All right, we'll just hold off on position 10. Calvin Spencer, position 11.
Null pros.
Angela Callahan.
Null pros.
Daryl Harris.
Null pros, Your Honor.
Henry Miller.
I believe Miss McCarthy's here on that case.
That's correct, Your Honor.
That case was pled guilty and sentenced according to the clerk's records on
That's-
9/22 of 08. Is that
That's correct.
All right, that case is now closed by disposition. Do you have any other cases, Ms. McCarthy?
That's all I have, Judge. May be excused.
Yes, thank you, Ms. McCarthy.
Thank you.
Take
Thank you,
care,
Mr.
Ellen.
Henderson.
Take care.
You too.
Omar Ross.
Null pros, Your Honor.
All right. Russia Little.
Null pros, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Tyrone Barber.
Null pros also.
Quinte Robinson.
Your Honor, that would be a null pros.
Thank you. Efren Lopez Cruzitla. Don't make me repeat the name again. Efren Lopez. No? No announcement? All right.
No announcement, Your Honor.
Devon Hill, Devon Hill.
There'll be a no cross.
Oh, okay. Gordon Fulmer, Gordon Fulmer. Not present. Joel Head, Joel Head. Not present. This is a DUI from 2012, okay? Freedom Davis, Freedom Davis.
Present.
Your Honor, the state would announce a no cross.
All right. Ms. Davis, the state has filed a notice of intent to not prosecute this matter, so the case is technically closed. You are free to go.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you. You too. Willie Williams Jr. Willie Williams Jr.
That would be a no cross, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Terrence Pollins. Terrence Pollins.
No. A no cross, Your Honor.
Brandon Culbertson.
No cross.
Miranda Holcomb. Miranda Holcomb. Not present. Erica Brown. Erica Brown. Not present. Derek Wilder. Derek Wilder. Derek Wilder. Not present. Tony Ramsey. Tony Ramsey. Mr. Ramsey, if you want to unmute, please, your phone.
Okay, yes.
Are you Tony Ramsey?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Any announcement, Miss Riley?
Your Honor, I'd be willing to speak with Mr. Ramsey to give him the offer.
All right. Mr. Ramsey, please remain on the screen. You'll be discussing your case. Do you have an attorney?
I was trying to get one, but they told me they was gonna send you guys a call for the DA supposed to call me, but then nobody called me and they just sent me a letter.
All right. Mr. Haddad, is this someone you want to reach out to and send an application?
Mr. Ramsey, can you just send me your email address in the chat line if you're able to use it? And Your Honor, considering the complexity of the case, and it's not that complex, I'd be more than happy to speak to Ms. Riley, see if we can figure something out on that case.
All right.
James, if you're able to use the chat line, put in your phone number and your email address, I can reach you. Okay.
Okay, how do I do that?
Okay. Do you see a couple of dots at the bottom of your screen?
Yes.
Okay. Click on one of those dots and you'll see an option called chat.
Okay, chat.
See it?
Okay. All right, I'm gonna leave my number.
And put your phone number and email in there. And if you can do it directly to PD Joanne Haddad, that would be good.
Okay, one moment.
All right. And please mute your screen while you figure that out.
And don't leave, Mr. Ramsey. Stay on the Zoom, okay?
Okay, no problem.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Could the host please? Okay, thank you. Elena Pino.
Here.
All right.
Good morning.
Good morning. Ms. Pino, your case is from 2016. Who's the, Ms. Riley, are you the ASG?
Yes, Your Honor, I do have a recommendation in that case. I'm not sure if she would like to apply for the Public Defender's Office.
The only issue, Your Honor, is it shows that she has an attorney, Evan Watson.
It does, yes.
Well,
Ms. Pino, is your attorney Mr. Watson?
now it has transferred to that, Your Honor. I used to have Charlie McCarran, and he has retired due to health conditions. So
Yes.
Mr. Evertson stepped in.
All right. And have you contacted your new attorney?
Yes, we talked, and he recommended for me to be here, and they were gonna provide me with an outcome because it's such an old case from 2016.
All right. Contact your attorney and send them the Zoom link, or they can contact our office to get a Zoom link. All right. I don't want you to
Okay.
talk to the prosecutor without your attorney being present. Today is the day for your attorney to speak to the prosecutor.
Okay, I will have to contact them.
Right away.
Do I need
Tell them
to
we're
say
waiting for them.
right now as we speak?
Yes. All right, so mute
Okay,
your
because
screen
I'm
and get
doing
in
this-
touch with him. Thank you.
Thanks.
Charlie McGarrahan has retired. That one we can confirm. Sarah Ashley. Sarah
Here,
Ashley.
present. Here.
Judge, that's my case. We have a negotiated plea. The paperwork's already been provided to the court and we're ready to enter that plea, and I think we're going to close the case today.
All right, thank you. Just hold a moment and I'll take that plea in 2 seconds. Titus Bryant, Titus Bryant, Titus Bryant, not present. Jaleel Mudavanha, Jaleel Mudavanha, not present. All right, I've had quite a few non-process. I have a couple of folks who are not present, and so hopefully they will show up at the conclusion of this calendar. We are waiting on counsel to appear. And so we are ready to take the plea for position 32, Sarah, Eugenia, and Miss, actually, do we now address you as Miss Hawkins?
Yes.
right,
I
no
changed the
problem.
name on Zoom. I thought, oh, let me put that in there.
Not a problem, I appreciate it, thank you.
And I'm
So,
sorry, Your Honor. Your Honor, is Ms. Riley the prosecutor on this case? If she's not, if I can be in a breakout room so I can talk to her about Mr. Ramsey. But if she is, obviously I'll wait until after the plea, Judge.
Yes, I am the prosecutor for this case.
I'll just wait
Okay.
then.
All right, thank you. All right, we are addressing position 32, case number 17 CR 008871F, State versus Sarah Eugenia Ashley, now known as Sarah Hawkins, accused of no tag or decal, failure to have license on person, and driving while license suspended. The alleged offense date was June 24, 2015, and allegedly in Fulton County, Georgia. Ms. Hawkins, I'll address you as such. Just to remind you, you have a right to remain silent about the facts of your case. Anything you say, your statements can and will be used against you. You have a right to an attorney and you're represented by counsel Stephen Byrne. Mr. Byrne, do you have any objection to me placing your client under oath for just the purposes of the plea?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Hawkins, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you provide will be the truth, best of your knowledge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Riley, what's the state's offer for this particular case?
Your Honor, I have 12 months probation and a $500 fine on the driving while license suspended. The other charges are null pros.
All right. And once the fine is paid, will the rest of the time be suspended?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Byrne?
Your Honor, that is the terms. This case, this offense is going to be entered under the nolo contendere plea.
Okay.
And just to let you know that Ms. Hawkins has paid a cash bail. And so the $500 fine we'd ask to be applied against the cash bail that was posted on her behalf.
All right, was it paid to the sheriff's office?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right. And Ms. Riley, do you have a record of that?
I do not, Your Honor, but
Okay.
I can.
I'm going to direct that any funds that were paid to the sheriff's office for purposes of bail shall be applied towards the fine. And if there's any deficiency, Mr. Byrne, your client will have to pay the remainder. I'm not sure if there's anything over and above that.
Actually, I think it's just the opposite. I think she'll be getting a refund.
Oh, that's even better. We rarely hear that. Okay, thank you. All right, Ms. Hawkins, if you could unmute your screen, please. Thank you. All right, Ms. Hawkins, first of all, are you under the influence or have you consumed any medication, drugs, or alcoholic beverages in the last few hours?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Are you able to understand the proceedings as they have transpired so far?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you satisfied with the advice and representation of your counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And Ms. Hawkins, is anyone forcing you or inducing you to take a plea today?
No, Your Honor.
If you decide to plead no contest to the charge of driving while license suspended, you would have to give up your constitutional rights to go back to court, to have a trial before a judge or jury, to have the assistance of counsel to challenge the state's evidence, present your defenses, confront your accuser, examine and cross-examine witnesses, and have the state try to prove the charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt. Are you prepared to give up these rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you entering your plea freely, voluntarily, and intelligently?
Yes, Your Honor.
And how do you plead to the one count of driving while license suspended from June 24, 2015?
No contest, Stephen?
That would be correct? Yes. Okay. All right. Your two other charges of no tag or decal and failure to have license on person are going to be null pros by the state. Your sentence on the remaining charge is 12 months to pay a $500 fine. And we're going to direct the sheriff's office to apply your cash bail towards the $500 fine, with any remainder to be sent back to you. Once that fine is paid, the remainder of this time is suspended. All right. Anything else, Mr. Byrne?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. That concludes this case. Thank you. All right, Ms. Riley, if you want, if the host could place Mr. Haddad and Ms. Riley in a breakout room. All right, we have.
Can we put Ms. Gant in as well in the breakout room with myself
Certainly.
and Ms. Riley?
All right, Ms. Gant, Ms. Riley, and Mr. Haddad, and I'm assuming that you've sent the paperwork to.
I did. I spoke to him, Judge.
All right. And we are going to take a brief recess until we hear back from Mr. Haddad. And
Thank you,
then we
Judge.
will proceed with the other cases. And
Thank you.
we're still waiting on the other counsel to appear. Okay, thank you. If the host could place Mr. Henderson and myself in a breakout room, please. I'd just like to discuss position one. Do we have any announcements on, Ms. Pino, have you reached your counsel? I'm sorry, you're on mute? Oh, Ms. Pino, I'm sorry, you're on mute?
Okay, I'm sorry, Your Honor. I just texted him and called him and he has not responded yet.
Okay, let's hold off, okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
Mr. Haddad, anything to report?
Yes, Judge, thank you for the opportunity in the breakout room. I did get a chance to speak to Ms. Riley. Thank you, Ms. Riley. I think the state has an announcement, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. After a further review of the evidence, we would not be able to prove probable cause for the stop. So the state will be issuing a null pros in this case.
All right, this is for Tony Ramsey. No.
Correct.
Okay,
Mr. Ramsey, can you hear us, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right.
all right. So, Mr. Ramsey, the state's not going to prosecute this matter, so the case is technically closed and you are free to go.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right.
All right, Ms. Pino, if you could please mute both your devices. Thank you.
Sure. I'm sorry.
And you have a second device also. Thank you. All right. So right now, I'm just going to go briefly through the calendar just to get a status. Positions 3, Samuel Lowe. Samuel Lowe is not present. This is a 1999 DUI, less safe and per se, in addition to other charges. How would the state like to proceed on this matter? Any contact with Mr. Lowe?
No, Your Honor, and we are going to proceed given the charges.
See what's going on with Mr. Lowe.
He's I think he's had some issues showing up in court. Multiple FTAs, bond forfeiture. I'm not going to reward him for not doing what he should have.
Come on, Mr. Henderson. How are you, Don? You doing okay?
Doing good. I just now saw you.
Good to see you, sir.
All right, let me see what's going on. So there was a bond audit forfeiture back in January 3rd, 2001. It's been dormant since 2001. This was a case assigned to Judge Forsling. It's so old, I can't even pull up documents on this.
Yeah, I know. It's Your Honor. I just, I mean, I know in the DA's office they do, or in the Superior Court, they do some kind of administrative dead docket just to get it off the books. But I'm just not going to officially null pros it just because they haven't shown up. Seems counterproductive to the folks that have managed to make it here today.
I normally have a reset calendar for show cause. And the only address we have on file is East Point, Calhoun Avenue. I don't even know whether that's still a good address. We have a return mail that was sent to Mr. Lowe back in January 23rd, 2001. And that address is no longer a good address. On top of which, this individual was born in 1954, which makes him about what, 65, 66?
A little younger than me.
Based on the circumstances, and I don't believe the state or the court will be able to ascertain Mr. Lowe's whereabouts, I'm dismissing the case. Position 3 is dismissed. Moving on. Position 9, James Herbowie. James Vincent Herbowie. All right, that's also your case, Mr. Henderson.
What number,
is-
Judge?
Position 9.
Yes, that is mine.
This is from a 2001 incident. The case was accused in 2003. We have an address in Collingwood Drive, Alpharetta. Do we have any kind of information in the file?
I'm checking it now.
This was a case presently assigned to Judge Richardson. The case was scheduled for an appearance on September 5th, 2003. A bench warrant was issued in 2003. As far as I can tell, that warrant has never been executed. It's just been languishing out there since 2004. Mr. Henderson, do you have any indication that the state's able to ascertain this defendant's whereabouts?
And what, no, I'm sorry,
I'm sorry, we are on position 9, James Vincent Herbowie.
I'll process that, Judge.
All right. Position 9 is null pros.
I've been worn down, Judge.
Oh, no, that's not my intent, but. Robert Phillips, position. Mr. Phillips? Mr. Robert Shaw Phillips is in the courtroom. And Mr. Phillips, are you able to come forward to this microphone? You can leave your stuff.
I show Harvey Monroe as his attorney.
Well, let's find out. All right. Good morning, Mr. Phillips. Thank you for coming. You have a case from 2002. It was DUI alcohol, let's say DUI alcohol per se, reckless driving, possession of open container of alcoholic beverage, and speeding. First of all, I'd like to remind you that you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say in open court, statements can and will be used against you. So don't discuss the facts of your case, all right? You have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, the Public Defender's Office would be able to represent you. But we had an attorney listed as Harvey Monroe. Have you ever spoken to your attorney?
Oh. Your Honor, if I may, he's, according to the state bar website.
So long ago,
Judge.
Till I can't remember which attorney had it.
Just one second. Mr. Haddad?
According to the state bar website, unless I misspelled, but it looks like he passed away.
All right.
And that's
sorry
what I thought initially, Judge.
I'm sorry to hear that. Mr. Monroe, Mr. Phillips, do you have a phone number?
Yes, 404
Uh-huh.
408
Okay.
8670.
8670. All right. Mr. Haddad, did you get that number?
I did, Judge. I did.
All right. If you have your phone on you, if you could step outside, the Public Defender's Office will be glad to speak to you. And then we can see where we can move forward with your case today.
Okay. There's no contest. I mean, I don't know if it's still
Before
active
you
or-
say anything, please speak to the public defense attorney, and then we can move forward.
Okay, well, it's been, I didn't get a chance to even represent, to even get an attorney, so I didn't.
That's why the public defense, who are attorneys at law, they will be able to hear your side and help you decide, tell you what your options are, and perhaps you may have a favorable outcome. But if you want to say something right now that might incriminate yourself,
Okay.
all right? So I'm giving you an opportunity to see what your options are.
Okay.
All right. So if you have your phone, please step outside and someone will call you at that number.
And Your Honor, if I maybe, well, it's Mr. Henderson's case, is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Don, I don't know if I can call you in a second. Might be easier on the phone. To
I
talk.
can put you in a breakout for the both of you right now.
There's no need to put me in a breakout room with counsel. I'm gonna null process that case.
Okay. Oh.
Great,
I'll let
thank you.
him know. I'll let him know. Can you bring him in? Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Henderson. Thank you, Judge.
All right.
You're welcome.
Okay, so Mr. Henderson, I see the remainder of your cases are otherwise null pros. Position 14 Miller was closed up by a plea. So Ms. Riley, your cases were from 15 onwards?
Correct, Your Honor. Well, actually, beginning in 2011.
Okay, so position 19, Efren Lopez Cruzitla. Is that your case?
It is, Your Honor.
All right.
And they are not present. I believe they are currently in bench warrant status. So,
well, let's see. So Mr. Henderson, I think we're done with all of your cases.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm still working on null process.
Oh, okay, not a problem. I'm just saying that all the cases that you called up for. So we have for position 19, Cruzitla Lopez, who has not appeared. Let's see what's going on with position 19. We have 19, 21, and 22 as no shows. So let's see. Efren. All right, this case was accused in 2011 from a 2010 incident. All right. So they date these things. Oh. Okay. I have 3 documents in the file for Efren Lopez. It looks like the case, we have a state of Georgia report of conviction, though it's not dated and it's not signed by a judge. I don't know whether it was a pre-filled form, but it was for all 3 charges: failure to maintain lane, DUI, and no driver's license. It was issued by, I think these were pre-filled forms that were never sent to the state of Georgia with regards to report of a conviction. There's no date of disposition. There's no disposition checked off. I think they were just pre-filled.
okay.
That's all we have in the file with regards to Mr. Lopez. Trying to figure out what's the history of this case. So in 2011, traffic accusation was filed. There was an FTA warrant issued on December 19, 2011. Bench warrant was issued at that time. There was an order issued by Judge Edline on January 12, 2012, Judge Edline relieved the surety of any liability with regards to this case of the bond issued. And then, so that's the last thing that's been going on. This is an individual from 1982 from 760 Old Alpharetta Road. Ms. Riley, what would you like to do?
Your Honor, the state will proceed.
Okay, so I'm going to reset this on my show cause March 4th. Was that the reset date? March 4th? Normally do an add-on for show cause as to why this case should not be dismissed or whether a bench warrant should issue since the warrant's already out there. I don't even know whether it's a valid warrant. It's not been closed out for almost 10 years. All right, Ms. Riley, why don't you all have another look at the case and see if you still want to proceed with the case on March 4th, unless you all make a decision in the interim, then just submit the appropriate dismissal or null pros order.
Yes, Your Honor.
Position 19 is reset to March 4th for show cause. Position 20 is null pros. 21, Gordon Fulmer. I'm going to put this back in ethics case. Gordon Fulmer, a disposition plea was entered on June 19, 2012 by Judge Forsling. So this disposition is going to be filed and this case is going to be closed by a plea. June 19, 2012.
Thank you.
All right. There we go. We just need to make sure it's filed. Okay. All right, then we have Joel Head. Position 22. And looks like the defendant was arrested on April 12, 2019. And made bond. Trying to see whether he gave the address.
There's a return to sender from 2014.
No, it's okay. We've got what's the address listed on it?
5959 Farrington Road, Lycoming.
All right, we have a new address, Lake Island Drive. So we're going to reset this to our show cause calendar. This will be for a bench warrant or dismissal. Looks like he popped up on April 12, 2019. So hopefully we can have him appear. We've got a new address on Odyssey.
Okay.
So this is reset to, this is for Mr. Joel Head, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, position 27, all the other before them have been null pros. Holcomb, Miranda Holcomb, position 27. This is a 2017 case from a 2015 incident. Again, the defendant appeared on June 3rd, 2020, and the bond forfeiture was set aside. But now we have whatever address she gave in 2020, we have a return to sender. Do we have the letter in the file for return to sender?
Right now.
Let me see. We have, was sent to 714 Liberty Drive. No, it was sent to 1030 Willowdale Road. I have a different notice on file. Oh, no, this is the old one. This is from 27. The most recent one is, okay, let me see what's the current address. So her current address is in Liberty Drive. And that's the notice that was returned. So I don't know if she's moved or what's happened. So we'll reset this to March 4th. Well, she clearly knows. So we will reset this to March 4th for show cause for a bench warrant, which will be the second one.
Thank you, Your Honor. And is the March 4th calendar at 9 a.m. or not 11:30?
I think it's going to be 9 a.m.
Thank you.
Let me see. So now position 30 was null pros. 32 was a plea. The rest of them are all no-shows for Miss Riley. So let's see what's happening. So we're still waiting on Miss Pinu's attorney. Okay, Erica Brown, position 28. See what's going on with Miss Erica Brown, position 28. 2017 case for a 2016 incident. Looks like discovery has taken place on September 2nd, 2021. Not sure with whom y'all were. There was a status conference set before Judge Richardson in September of 2021. But other than that, nothing else has occurred. I'm going to reset this to March 4th. I have an address for Corporate Plaza. Looks like a business address in Smyrna. Do y'all have anything updated, Ms. Riley?
No, Your Honor.
There seems to be a phone number as well as an email. So, all right, let's reset it to March 4th for a bench warrant. Will be the second one if she doesn't show up. Okay, Derek Wilder. Derek Wilder is position 29. That's a 2015 incident, accused in 2017. He popped up on March 15th, 2019, and made bond on a bench warrant. So you're going to reset that to March 4th for show cause on a bench warrant. And let me see. Of course, all these bench warrants, you don't have an address. Oh. The only address I have is that corporate, sorry, North Avenue in Jonesboro. Notice was sent, so no return from sender, so hopefully it'll show up on March 4th. Okay, position 33, Titus Bryant. Titus Bryant. Forgery in the 4th degree. Popped up on July 22nd, 2019, and made bond on a FTA warrant. So we'll reset that to March 4th for show cause on a bench warrant. All right, and let's see, and the address I have on Mr. Bryant is Elkhorn Court in Decatur, No, that place still exists, so hopefully he's still there. All right, Jaleel Mudavana, position 34. Oh, he didn't show up for his arraignment calendar in 2018. He had an FTA. I don't see a bench. It just says FTA, but I don't see an arrest warrant issue. So we're going to reset him to March 4th for a show cause on a bench warrant. Okay, I don't see a bench warrant issued by Judge Richardson back in 2018. So I don't have any indication that his address has changed. Still have an Emily Place location.
Right.
All right, so reset to March 4th, which leaves us with Ms. Pino. Ms. Pino, hopefully you'll be able to reach out to your attorney and please advise him or her to come back on our next Zoom calendar at 11:30 a.m.
That will be today, Your Honor?
That'll be today, yeah. All right. As
Okay,
you
I
can
did make
see,
contact.
yeah, as you can see, if the attorneys show up, if we can get this case resolved today, either by
Absolutely.
a plea or a dismissal, you have to keep coming back. All right.
I will.
So,
Okay, 11.
yeah, so 'cause that's the only case left on our calendar.
Is that my case, Judge?
Oh,
It
I'm
is
sorry.
mine.
And yeah, I'm so
Mr.
sorry. I
Henderson.
didn't mean to forget. Mr. Phillips is back in court and I'll let him know that this case has been null pros. So,
And
yes,
Ms. Pino, I would like to, I've texted a couple times with Mr. Watson. I'd like to go ahead and enter a null pros on that.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. So Ms. Pino, Prosecutor Henderson is going to go ahead and issue a notice of intent to not prosecute. So this case is technically closed. So once your attorney reaches back with you, let him know that your case has been null pros. In other words, the state is not going to prosecute the matter.
All right, any action that I need to take other than to communicate that to them? Or
I'm sorry, you broke up, so I didn't hear your question.
is there any other whether to advise this to the lawyer?
Yeah,
that I
just
need
call
to
up your
take?
lawyer. Yeah, call up your lawyer and use the phrase null pros, which is Latin for notice of intent to not prosecute.
So the case is closed, there's no further.
Case is closed. There's no prosecution. You're done.
Thank you so much. God
Okay,
bless.
thank you. All right, you're free to go. All right, folks, we'll be in recess
Thank
until 11:30 a.m. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, it's done.